Hey, we are playing Veins Like Tapeworms by Awesome Trinket. You may know her from many things such as Fawning Over a Corpse. We've got No Time for Mercy. Both of those games out now. Go to itch.io.com and you can play them yourself here. You can also play this yourself once you get there too. Let's see here. Oh, there's a full screen. I mean, fine now. Making noises? Ooh, that's cool. I wanted to say, I didn't get to record this, but in the start there's like, content warnings and stuff you could, add to say that there'll be a warning and stuff, and that's very nice. Nice to have that. I also like that it's not like blowing your brains out with the volume as it starts. That's really cool. Of course we want the animations and screen filters. Use flashing like that, actually. That's cool. Alrighty then, the premise of Veins Like Tapeworms is when life becomes a monotonous cycle, it's not hard to grasp how someone could be pushed to the brink of violence, all in the name of feeling free. It becomes even more understandable if that person never began to live before being shoved out of the nest. With no gentle way out, the only chance to start anew is to snap chains and splatter organ. Ending it that way, it was only a matter of time until Damien gave in. We can't prevent a tragedy, but we can cause their descent. A young adult, verge of breaking, discovers a flesh-eating parasite who promises to help them finally live freely. They become the monster of your own making. Ooh, that sounds cool. Alright, yeah, let's just hop in. Chapter 1, Corpse Soup. January 7th, oh my god. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. It's cool that you have it and are going to implement it. I already love it. The first line, life is a Sisyphean hellscape, and Demian's grip on their proverbial boulder is starting to slip. That's fantastic. I love that line. Also, I don't know if it's too quiet. I'm gonna pump up the volume and then just let me know, like, shattering your ears and stuff. Ooh, looks so good. They weren't really sure when they reached their breaking point. They had to wager a guess, though. It was right around when they watched the cops cart the body out of room 3 last week. Another thing I want to compliment is, wow, you really upgraded the blocking and stuff, like having the thing on the side there, having the image on the left. Two sides. It wasn't then, it was today, when the shithead manager Carl waited for the room to be released from investigation. When all the hubbub died down, Demian was 30 minutes away from clocking out. He pulled them aside and said they needed to clean the blood out of 103's tub. Not qualified to clean that, Demian. People aren't going to ask, Carl cooked. Come on, we can't afford a specialist. Oh, what a dickbag. Ooh, I'm excited, Trinket. It's literally a biohazard. Only if it gets inside you, just be careful. Come on, Damien, please. Do us all a favor. Wow, what a bastard. Fuck you, Damien thinks. Yeah, fine, sure. Okay, that's cool. Don't get them wrong, Damien is handling life. Enough? They already had their earth-shattering, world-ending breakdown last month. Oh, mood. The results of that are still visible on Damien. They chopped off so much of the long, dark hair that Ma had always gushed about before bleaching and dyeing it so close to white as they could get it. The result looked like a toddler got a pair of scissors and a bottle of mustard. Luckily for Demian, it had time to grow in. Looked a bit less lopsided. Still though, call it sloppy hack job would be doing it a favor. Hey, there are perks to having short hair. For one thing, Demian doesn't have to put it in a bun to keep it from dipping into the bathtub full of blood and bleach. You're not sure why the Restful Night Motel has such an allure to those with debts to pay and grudges to settle. Sure, being in the outskirts of Kingsfield Beach's seedier parts meant that the guests were going to be a bit more colorful than Demian would expect. This, though, really something else. Fucked up is what it is, Demian with himself while yanking off a black rubber glove. Some average Tom who pissed off the wrong Dick tries to flee to a motel and lay low. Dick finds Tom and kills him to get even. Now poor little Harry has to clean up the mess Tom and Dick left behind. Demian wouldn't mind being in Dick's spot. They'll even take being Tom. Oh Jesus. They clap a hand over their nose. A good hand. One that hasn't been in the wrist deep in bodily fluids and put back gag. Ugh. The odor permeating through the air is so thick and Damien's nose almost too sweet. The foul stench of rust is definitely there. This has an undertone. Damien grits their teeth and squeezes their eyes shut. A heavy breaths through their mouth will get them through the next minutes, hopefully. This one little thing is all they need to do before they're off work today. Lie down in bed. They're best to forget about it. Do this out. Your shit. Fucking out's in sight. Mean sucks in a breath, takes their hands off their mouth, gets to scrubbing the chips. Ugh. Finally at the point where the blood is coming. Instead of smearing around like dragging a slimy paintbrush on the canvas. Oh! Soon enough, it'll collect all the bottom of the tub. They could send it swirling down the drain. Yeah, oh my god, that's awful. You're all done? Margaret smiles at Damien. They can feel the nasty that grin, and through the niceties Margaret presents herself with. Oh, piss off like you would care. Of course we're gonna say this. Oh, piss off. Damien clenches their fist and then yells. Yeah, finally. Without looking. It would be nice to tell Carl's daughter to fuck off. Damien can't risk losing their job. Maybe some other day. If Damien won the lottery. Or killed someone. Are you okay? I think that would take a toll on anyone. Margaret sighs and looks up at the midnight sky. Thick gray clouds roll in further by either. It's going to rain or snow soon. Sure which. Fine. Damien relaxes their grip on the cleaning hard Scotty yellow handle. Nothing I can't deal with anyways. I'll get over it, probably. Alright, yeah, sure. Margaret breaks eye contact. Damien studies the sky. There are long black streaks in clouds. Yeah, it's going to snow soon. Stilted silence seems to drag on for hours. No doubt. Margaret can tell she's not fooling Damien. She's the first to stop the torment. Well, I gotta get going. I'm gonna miss the bus. Yeah, going too, Damien says. Their stomach is rumbling so loud. As soon as they can, they're going into the city to stock up on some food. Their payment's going to be coming in a few days, so Damien can afford to get a little extra. Mood. Rent. Pretty much costing an arm and a leg, so any moment where they aren't dipping into their paltry savings is a moment well enjoyed. You're right, the life of having a shitty job, well, to go on their separate way. Thank God. Any longer, and Damien would have. Nope, not going down that path. Not myself. Ooh, cute art. Yeah. Like, that's the thing. Like, what really hits hard is when you make it, like, just enough, right? Like, that's what it is whenever you work a job. It's not like, oh, if it's fully evil, who the hell would do it, right? But when you just, like, you need to, and it's like, nothing moral about it. It's just, like, the way you're being used and stuff. It's awful. But hey, you get money. Miriam leans over and calls out a greeting as Damien pushes the glass door open. Her voice is familiar to their ears. Hey, welcome to the Quick Stop Shop. I'll be out in a second. Don't get excited, Webster. It's just me, Damien's flat response. New lilt in her tone that wasn't there beforehand. Oh, Damien, hi. How's it going? Going, I guess. They advance into the store. Lights hanging above Damien and Miriam's hands wash everything in full tint. Colorful, fatty snacks line the shelves. Damien's laugh. That's where I want to be. The stench of seafood is especially strong today. Damien swallows the bile rising in the back of their throat. Fresh fish smells like the ocean, and cucumbers are so high that they've never bought into. Fresh fish, in fact, smells like a swamp on a hot summer day in sheer hatred. Today, that hatred is seeping into every corner of the store. Oh no. Trying to keep their voice steady, Damien asks, did the fish guy come in earlier or something? Miriam pauses, her brows undoubtedly furrowed the way it always is when she needs to think. I think so. I just clocked in for the night shift. You'd have to ask Luna tomorrow. She was at the store when we got our deliveries. Oh. I pitched, mewing punches through the muffled pop music ringing in Damien's ear. They perk up, look around the store. It only takes a few seconds to find the culprit. A large cat with orange fur speckled in white spots is curled tight in a cardboard box. Oh. Towel lines the interior. He looks comfortable, his eyes shut and tail twitching. Damien smiles softly and kneels down to pat the top of his head. I guess this guy's happy about it, though, they remark. Only now that Miriam pokes her head out of the aisle he's been so enraptured with. Thick, melty hair is tied up into a tight braid, her glasses shining under the store light. Yeah, he's been chatting up a storm since I clocked in. That's a good sign. It means he's warming up to you, they say without looking at the cat. Don't know if I ever told you this, but I used to have a cat too, just like this one here. Really? Mm-hmm. Didn't know how to meow, so she just kind of screamed, but I thought it was funny. Named her Tabby, short for Tabisca. The hot sauce? Yeah, I don't like the stuff. It just tastes like shit to me. Damien looks over their shoulders and locks gazes with Miriam. But Visca works as a cat name. Tabby it is. Aw, that's so cute. Standing up, they grab a nearby shopping basket and start to throw ramen packets. Damien figures it's a good idea to leave out the part where Pa hit Tabby with a car and didn't tell them no. Mentioning to Miriam how they found her buried in the woods later would probably put a damper in the mood. Gushing on and on about how funny Damien is, Miriam sits down the plastic milk crate and drinks. While kneeling, she reaches out to pet the cat. I don't think we've all thought of an official name for our little mascot yet. Luna calls him Flip Flop, but he's more of a juice to me. Their response is non-committal. Miriam changes the subject instead of letting Damien go. So, by the way, how's work? They already regret striking up a conversation. Tired eyes stay focused on instant meals. TV dinners and cheap noodles drain the stomach, but it's all Damien can afford. I don't think you want to know the answer. Don't ask me that. It's okay, Damien knows like their real thoughts. Never a dull day there, I guess. Unrelated, but I think I'm gonna pick up a Lucy. Maybe two. Her plain face contorts into a sympathetic cringe. That bad, huh? Yeah. Damien only smokes after a particularly stressful shift. Thank God the back and forth ends soon afterwards. Damien's already exhausted from dealing with people all day. More like all week, if they're being honest. Last thing they need is some more insanity before they can go home and sleep. Cashier, a middle-aged woman named Emily, takes a few seconds to lecture Damien on how the shop really shouldn't be selling them loose cigarettes, so they better watch who they tell. Damien bites their tongue to stop themselves from telling Emily you can give it and give them a Lucy already. Ooh, pretty. Love the effects. Ah, the snow started. There's already a light dusting on the sidewalk. Fat snowflakes drift to the ground. I also didn't mention it, but I love your shading. Great. Damien pulls the shoulder of their jacket up further to their. They'll probably get something better soon. Zipper on this thing's already busted, so it just hangs off their lanky frame. I have one just like that too. I'm just like, I love this hoodie, and just replace it. Hopefully by next week they'll be able to buy a new one. Damien put in an extra overtime specifically for the jacket funds. Leaning back against the shop's brick walls, Damien lights a cigarette and takes a long drag. Yeah, oh, I feel sorry for them. Tastes awful and doesn't feel great. Still, Damien figures that it's the lesser of two evils compared to what else they could be doing to themselves. Blow out the smoke all out in the air. In all honesty, peaceful out here. They've never been a big fan of the drab feeling that early January evenings held. Something about this seems different. Good, but different. For a moment, it almost feels like Damien's troubles are far, far behind. No worries about paying their rent. Everyone's leaving them alone. Before they washed down one of these drains is a distant memory that felt years old. The shop's door swings open and the illusion is broken. Miriam's boots crunch. Hey, shouldn't be out for too long. It'll freeze out here. Frigid winter's air bites at Damien's cheeks. The stench of smoke wafts up further into the falling snow. They lower their hand and exhale. Steam clouds puff up in lips. Shower over. Don't give me that, calls. You know my place doesn't allow smoking. Stares down at her. I know, but nothing. Can't afford the ass whooping. Miriam's swallows thick. Clicks her fingernails against one another, looking as if she'd really like to hide within her work uniform. Come on, it's cold out. Can't. Told you. Just don't want you to get hypothermia or anything. She finds it in herself to say. Her cheeks red. Damien really hopes it's because of the cold, but they know better. Hey, if you ever, never mind. Take care of yourself, alright? Don't pity me. Yeah, sure. Damien finishes their cigarette, snuffs it, tosses it into a can once again. Suddenly, they'd really like to be anywhere else but here. See you next week, I guess. Yeah. And it backs toward Miriam and start walking home. Hey, you're free anytime soon. I'm on night shift, so I've got free time during the day. So, you ever want to get coffee or something? He's seeing you, Webster. They've been beating around the bush regarding whatever feelings Miriam has for them. Miriam doesn't think she'd be weird about it, but they've never had good results telling people about their sexuality. Don't keep Emily waiting back there. Right. Damien didn't mean to be so harsh to her. In all honesty, talking to Miriam doesn't make them want to pull themselves out of it. It just, they don't have the words to describe it. She's a bit of a dullard in there. Definitely undeserving as hell, but they wouldn't call her a dick or something. It'd be weird to turn around and clarify now. With unspoken words on the brain, Damien keeps his head down, walks home. Miriam wasn't kidding. It is cold tonight. Tips of Damien's fingers are already numb by the time they check back. Restful night motel. Think you mean to say the restful night vacancy. Midnight sky only draws their exhausted eye to the neon sign in the parking lot. That is a beautiful picture over here. The O is flickering on and off. Almost pretty, I think. Nasally a voice that feels like razors, and Damien's brain breaks their concentration. Damien? Fuck. I look up to see Carl's face twisted in some parody of an apologetic smile. Yeah, what's wrong, sir? Please don't. You of all people should know how badly the economy is doing these days. I'm making it easier. Mm-hmm. Motel's barely making it as it is. Whose fault is that? Oh. So, I hope you understand that I might not be able to give you your overtime pay this week. We'll be there next time, I promise. I hope you drown in your own piss. Sure, I can wait. I go to the jacket funds. Oh, won't hold you up for too long. It's cold out, and I know you want rest. You don't seem to have been sleeping well lately. Wow, I wonder why. Thank you, sir. See you tomorrow. See you. Part ways. Damien walking toward the motel with a pounding heart, with Sean shaking fists. Walk to their room is above the crumbling concrete stairs, turn left, and head on into room 205. Don't shit where you eat, sleep. Model for Damien. Has had themselves for 4 years, so their new arrangement with Carl, eat and sleep, are pretty much interchangeable. Part of the routine. Let the key in the sticky lock. Play around a bit. They had enough money to live anywhere. Weird way, it does feel a bit grateful to Carl. Even if they were living in one of the more run-down rooms that he had was too cheap to fix, it was still a place to sleep on top of their payment. All in cash and under the table, of course. All Damien had to do in exchange was a little more work. Cleaning up after a dead body. Step 3. Damien slams their shoulder against the door and cringes at the stings of pain. The lock seems to get worse in the colder weather. Ooh, cool effects. Damien swipes the snow off of the doorstep, throws themselves at the wall. Pops open way too easily, Damien tumbling to the threadbare carpet. Their robin bags scatter across the floor. Groaning slowly, Damien sits up and rubs their shoulder. At least it didn't dislocate, but the bones sure hurt like hell. They'd like to lie there for a few hours, blinking and unmoving, but in the end, Damien slams the door shut and crouches down to pick up their food. Motel room's air conditioning rattles in Damien's, trying the mildewy odor. Fine. Broke. Fine. Damien swings the bag of food on the nightstand. It'd be nice to have a bath and relax before they eat. Their fingers feel so unclean, even through the gloves and the cleaning chemicals. Bathroom light buzzes at an uncomfortable volume. Damien pulls the shower curtain back and stares down at the tub. Instead of relief, stress floods their. Even if their tub is bleached clean enough to eat from, their mind's eye brings back memories of crimson sludge, skittering cockroach flipping it. Nope. Maybe tomorrow. Shut the curtain. Damien turns on the sink and scrub their hands until their fingertips are raw. They look up and stare at the trash bag covering their mirror. It was for their own good, really. Looking at their own reflection only miserable. Damien's really thinking they're lucky stars they didn't grow up to be. Otherwise, they'd be going even more insane than they already are. killing maggots and steaming vomit, crawling beetles, and rolling balls is one thing. Hello, thanks for the follow. The Damien will get over it. They always do. You have to. If they break down again, who knows what they'll do. What? Get fired? Who knows? Shit. He grunts through the pain. Looking down, see their back of their left hand drip with blood. Right one grips the scrubber tight enough to dent the palm. Sighing deep, Damien puts down the brush and runs their hand under hot water. Stinging sensations with their fingers. Droplets of pink flow into the drain, the remnants of watered down blood leaving a mark on the basement. Hi! How are you today, Polly? Thanks for coming in. Damien can't really help it. We're playing Veins Like Tapeworms. It's made by Trinket. She's still in the chat, I think. She wrote and did the illustrations. So cool. The next few minutes are a bit of a blur. Damien didn't have any bandages. The best they could do was clean out the abrasion that would scab up in the meanwhile. After that, it consisted of plastic cups of noodles made in motel microwave. All the nights of ramen, as their meals are probably going to come and bite Damien in the ass one of these days, but they'd be too tired to care. Besides, they can mask the plasticky flavors with stronger seasoning. Damn, Damien whispered to themselves while staring at the window. Yeah, it is interesting. It's I think Trinket they're really good at making the slow burn into like so much dread, and then at the end it's just like so terrifying. Each of the releases I've played. Snow is growing more and more intense by the minute. As much as they hate this place, Damien's glad they aren't on the streets anymore. Nights like these would be nothing short of misery. But hey, they have a roof over their head, stable job. Take your roof and a soul-sucking job, roof and a job. I hate that that's relatable. So maybe it isn't that bad here. Any and all good feelings Damien might have been collecting are evaporated the moment the music starts. Loud, thumping, startles the ever-loving shit out of them. Damien jolts. Bit ramen slip out of their hands. Fuck. Orange broth spills across the table onto the floor and splashes on their scratched hand. Weird core. Is that weird core affectionate? Damien does their best to clean up the mess, grumbling to themselves the whole way. Their hand hurts so bad. Mixtures of heat and seasoning only irritates the rust. This immediately proves how bad it is, yes. Their gaze turns upward toward the wall. They share with the music blasting neighbor. At least Damien has the decency to wear headphones so that they want to play music so loud it makes their bones rattle. Yeah, I fucking hate people who play music like fucking loud. No one asked for it. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. For the love of fucking God, shut that music off. The urge to go and give people a piece of their mind grows deeper. Confront! Fuck it. Damien can't do this anymore. Damien doesn't even trash the noodle cup. If they listen to this bullshit any longer, they're going to go insane. Flinging their jacket back over their shoulders, Damien clutches their motel key and stomps outside. Turning their heel, they head to the door directly to the left of their motel room. Thin plastic is practically. The rusting decal announcing which room it is could fall off at any second. Hey, hey! Damien screams. Their hollers are drowned out into a whisper. Biting the inside of their mouth, Damien bangs on the door again. Turn down the music. Some of us are trying to sleep. Pressing their ear against the side of the door only gives Damien a headache. All they can hear are the teeth-shattering bass and screaming lyrics. No sign of life. They'd write at a nasty level classy letter to lower the volume and slide it under the door if they had a pen and paper. Touching the bridge of their nose, they pull away and try to peer through the curtains. No movement. Pointless, isn't it? Not like whoever's in there would hear or care. Damien's got to learn how to pick better battles anyways. Your priority, food. Cheese curls would make a decent replacement for dinner right about now. Vending machine near the lobby still sort of worked. In fact, that saved Damien's ass quite a few times before. Oh yeah. Yep. Fast snowflakes keep on falling. That's the concrete, the vending machine, even the short curls of Damien's hair. I gotta say, yes, though, there are like heavy themes and stuff, but Trinket always makes it like it hits hard, like in a good way. Especially what's it called? Finding over a corpse. Yeah, if you've been like with a partner for a while, it gives the question of what would you do if your partner was suddenly fucked up, and like you gotta answer it. And I think they have pretty interesting conclusions either way. The deeper we go into the full game, I don't doubt it. Just looking at the premise, I'm just like, oh. They pull up their jacket's hood around their neck and again. Come on already. God, they'll hear the music. Faint, but undoubtedly there. They spent some of their dwindling cash on these cheese curls. By God, they are going to get those cheese curls. It's all they're going to have to eat tonight anyway. And pushing out their ramen to the last of their next paycheck. Taking any extra would lead them to needing to skip a meal at some point. Oh, well, I'm scared and excited to look for it. Come on, give it. The lighter is cannibalism. Oh shit. I mean, the bag is stuck in the inner spiral. Wobbles, crinkles, flops forward, but it won't fall. Come on. Why are they getting so frantic? Are they about to have another breakdown? I mean, hopes not. Can't afford it. Can't afford to quit their job of cleaning shit and blood and piss and squatch drenched mattresses. If they do, they'll lose their roach-filled room and their revolving door of awful neighbors. If they do that, there's no way in hell they'll be able to achieve that dream of working until they die instead of doing something meaningful with their life like they really wanted. Damien can't have that. They can't. Oh my gosh, the spiral. Okay. Let's do this again. Damien needs to be a cog in the machine because there's no spot for spiteful and hateful assholes who wanted to make music on their own and actually do something with their life instead of cleaning the filth of these pieces of shit over and over without any respite until they kick their miserable bucket in. Oh no, Polly. Bootleg Las Vegas. Oh, even those sound pretty awful. I've been to Las Vegas, and whenever you go to Vegas, it's just like, oh, there's the really pretty casinos, and then like right outside of that is the fucking, oh man, it's just like, oh, premium, and then like right next to it is the slums. It's pretty fucking crazy to see in person. Can't fucking do this anymore. Damien kicks the machine with a hard weep. Isn't even a dent in the side. These curls finally drop into the slot. Insult at this point. Damien kneels in front of the machine and shoves their face into their hands. They hate the sobbing that bursts in their throat. They already went through this last month. There's no reason to be blubbering all over again. Humiliated. Not about the cheese curls, but it sure was the last straw. Tears burned down their cheeks, just like acid. Damien Zell, 22 years old, is on the fast track to wasting their entire life. Instead of trying to fix it, they're bawling over their own fate like some hopeless baby. Me after one shift. Body horror and vomiting. Uh-oh. Thank you for the warning. Damien's pretty sure they have been crying in the snow for a good 15 minutes at the sound of peeking them. Scramble to their feet quickly. covering their face with any tear stain, sniffing the snot back in. The gurgling is faint in the ears. There's no way to ignore it. They don't approach out of the goodness in there. Someone's spraying their guts in the building's vicinity. Damien's the one who has to clean it. It's easier to scrub off fresh vomit instead of leaving it at night. Rounding a corner, they come face to face with a woman doubled over, barfing into the building's dumpster. Hey, they say, voice unsteady but sure. Hey, you good? She's peeking a lot. Even tries to get her attention again. Dude, hey, dude. Barfing ceases, hopefully permanently, they think, and the woman snaps her head up. Wide eyes behind crooked glass pierce right. The hair sticks to her face. Even in the dead of winter, she's sweating. So bad that the shimmer of the neon sign hanging above the hotel is reflected on it. Looking in her eyes is not the kind of look that any human would reasonably give someone. Instinct kick in. This woman looks like she's barely pushing past 5 feet. Her legs dangle a good length off the ground. Can't get a decent gauge of her build underneath the oversized sweater, but Damien thinks they could take her on in self-defense if needed. They were definitely underweight themselves, but they are more than 6 feet. Give her a jab in the neck and run, right? She's silent, very silent, and can't even hear her breathing. Going through the motion, her shoulders and chest rise, all like expected. The sounds of her grasping fall just short of Damien's ears. Take a step back. Why did their hands become so clammy? The rushing heartbeat brings pain to Damien's chest. Her gaze feels wrong. The only way Damien can describe it, wrong. So she's looking past them, past their skin, and into their bones. Please don't look for me. Damien snaps out of their unsettled stupor. Huh? I don't want it anymore, please. Voice is hoarse and low. Don't bring it back. I just want to rest. Damien would be lying if they implied they instead what the f he was on about. Are you drunk? She doesn't respond. Before Damien can stop her, she drops to the ground and takes off running. Stumbling, more like it. Yeah, definitely drunk. She didn't lunge at Damien or make any threats, but their unease doesn't lighten. Something's wrong. Damien looks towards the dumpster. Uh-oh. Murmuring drifts up from the cold metal. The more Damien strains their ears, the clearer it becomes in their mind. As if a voice was cooing directly in the folds of their brain, a warm embrace meets the blur. Whatever's in there is not just the result of a drunkard emptying her stomach. You can sense your pain, your anguish. I feel the whispers of a broken heart clinging to life. Your strength sapped away by those who have wronged you. But I can repair you. Give to you the strength of a god. Together, we can lash out against those who have hurt you in kind. And all you have to do is let me in. Look inwards. Sounds beautiful. Just one little peek couldn't hurt, right? You can stand on their tiptoes and lean in. Okay, who could refuse, right? I mean, they only take one look back and away if it's dangerous. A look doesn't hurt. A look can't ruin their life. A word could, but not a look. Top of the trash is a thick coating of dark slime. Ooh! Has a strange tint. The best comparison Damien had was like the color of needles. Where's the fun if you refuse, though? There's none of the luster that the leaves wanted, if anything. This thing seemed to defy the laws of physics. Uh-oh. Any and all light that would illuminate its mass simply seemed to vanish before it hit the shivering ooze. Holy shit. I mean, breathing. Tendrils of its slime forward before pulling back. Brings Damien back to the days when they were little and watching the waves on the beach. Like a little piece of ocean, erupted and popped down into slums. City. That is a beautiful way to describe this thing, if anyone knows what it is. Echoed promises fill their vapid little head. Its voice heavenly, mesmerizing even, pulsates, resonates with their very core, as if it wants to be part of them. No, not that it wants to be. It is a part of them. The part of Damien that's separated from the day they were born. All that's happening now is an inevitable reunion. Yes, yes, that's right. That's why they've always felt so empty and incomplete, because they were never whole. But they will be now. They're closer and closer toward it. Damien can't help themselves. Out, bony fingers brush against the creature to feel the purring of its heart beating. Damien's fingertips. It clamps on tight. Oh shit! Bad choice. The trance is shattered. What the fuck were they thinking? This thing isn't a part of them. They didn't whisper about the powers of and whatever it was. It's awful. That made that girl sick. That couldn't have been their own idea. Damien is smarter than that. It's already too late to rectify their error. They yank out their hand from the dumpster, the force of which they pulled back, sends Damien tumbling to the ground. Blustery snow does nothing to break their fall. Creatures latched onto their hand now, sent from its metal prison into the world. Damien tries to fling it off and then pry it away from their hands. He helps. It only gets worse. Sprung into motion, the monster crawls up their skin. It doesn't stop, it doesn't slow down, it doesn't even hesitate. Get off, get off, get off, get away from me. There's a voice in Damien's head that is not their own. Bloom. Speak to Bloom. Bloom and set free. It won't stop. Nothing Damien can do makes it stop. On the throat and eye. Pleasant sensations think they're the panic that dulls Damien's pain. Tickling skin is what alerts them to the tightness. In pipe squeezes shut. It's as if Damien's a mere observer in their own body. Damien tries to gasp for air. Mouth is forced open by the creature. Throat and nostrils are filled with the squirming maggots and melted swirls together into a barely fading, squirming, sprouting. Eyes wide, Damien's silence. Skin wrapping around bones. Muscle fusing. Oh man! Oh, trinket! You made the fusing so. Oh, I could feel that. Heartbeat snuffing, vision fading, thoughts slurring and dimming. Become one with me. Forgot I had the sort of spoilers. Yeah, there we go. There's your content warning. There's your content warning again. This time without spoilers. Yeah, I don't doubt that, Polly. Ever since they were little, Damien has always dreamt in red. Red is a beautiful, filled color. I agree, red's pretty good. I like red. It is loud, angry even, but it is unapologetic, passionate. Yeah. That's okay, drink it. I'm sure you made this like for the jam, and you always like really, what's the word? You really expand a lot in the final releases. And this already feels like a full game, just so you know. So, I mean, yeah, you did a really great job. When they were growing up, there wasn't much love to go. They dream of their family, or screaming at one another, or at a small child who wouldn't fight back. In these dreams, they are never called Demi. A name that hasn't been used in years is what rolls off the tongue. While anger drips red from his teeth, like venom from a snake's fang, he yells in the booming voice of him. Venom, is that a Venom reference? His knife is splashed with red one day. The screeching reaches a crescendo. Pa puts her hands on him. And of course, their tongues would be stained with hatred, their ire turned toward the soul child in the face. Child, Damien couldn't explain why they hated being in their own skin. They dream of their face, they see a reflection of a child who wanted to go to the beach so badly, but couldn't stand the idea of their swim. The child wanted to bite off all their skin, the cocoon that housed their real self. This isn't a shell. There's no gorgeous butterfly waiting to emerge. Desires in a language they don't understand buzz and itch under their awful face. Their bitter sobs bruise their ribs. Ears are red. Now they dream of blood filling their lungs, spilling through their lips. Wait, no, not blood. Their body isn't trying to expel it. Infection. In the dream, their body welcomes it. Their mind screams to purge it. The sack of meat and bones doesn't listen. Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it, boy? Every fiber of them is warped and distorted, overwhelmed by the parasite as it settles deep in their chest. Try to cry out, but their voice is no longer their own. That is some gorgeous art. From the look in their eye to the twitch of their fingers, this monster bleeds every drop of Damien's soul, settles comfortably inside their shell. Dream of their flesh becoming nothing more than a fertilizer for invasive weeds with scarlet flowers curling toxic petals around. Indie Tokyo Ghoul. You're not far off. I mean, I don't know if I should say, I don't know, Trinket, if your inspiration was on the sheet, but or not, but Polly likes Tokyo Ghoul. Eyeball that used to belong to them burst. Damien begins, and Damien awakens with the heart. Oh, okay, Trinket. Yeah, Trinket has an inspiration. I don't know if she had written it down anywhere, but I'll leave it up to her to say what it was. Incredibly late at night or early in the morning, depending on their perspective. Damien sits up slowly. Feels like there's razor blades in their skull, sliding around and slicing up bits and pieces. Oh lord. Struggling to lift an arm, Damien drags a hand down their face. Oh, okay. I know one. For sure. Sleep doesn't come easy to Damien these days. I wonder what the other twos are. The other two inspirations are. Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's why I made the Venom joke earlier. When you mentioned Venom, I was just like, is that a Venom Venom... Shit, I forgot the word. References. Well, and it's never been easy, but they've been graduated on a full-on insomniac in the past year or so. You did that on purpose? Okay, good. Did you write down 19 inches somewhere in here too? Oh, thank you, Stag. Hello. It was tempting. Can it be like a Kickstarter goal or something? Have a 19 inches reference somewhere in there. Damien knows full well that this is partially their own fault. Don't tap you. Something like if 10, 15 or something people will pay the minimum cost for this. I love the aesthetic so far. It looks so good. It does. I think its art is pretty damn great. They actually worked a normal schedule instead of taking every slot available to get out of this shithole. Stop scrolling through their phone for hours at night. Who knows? Maybe the bags under their eyes wouldn't be so dark. Bleary eyes glare at the alarm clock on the nightstand. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. If I did that, I would be terrified right now. Display reads 4:33 a.m. Bright red. Oh, that's just great. Like it's not already hard enough to sleep. A rat skitters across the carpet. Ugly bastard too, with a scar across his left eye. Are you sure it's not a cool rat? You know, maybe the rat has a backstory. Maybe the rat fought in the cheese war. Damien makes no notion. I sure don't feel like they slept for 3 hours straight. Damien flops down on the pillow and stares directly upward. The entire stay here, Damien has never been able to figure out how the hell someone got coffee stains on the popcorn ceiling. Oh, I was just making shit up, Trinket, but... How did they get to bed anyways? Last Damien remembers they've been grabbing some cheese curls in the vending machine outside when... Ooh, love the different emotions happening. Oh, fuck! Damien throws the sheet off their legs and sprints towards the bathroom. Something is wrong. Something is inside them. They need to get it out somehow. How? Don't know. God. Frantic thoughts pour through their mind again and again. Why did they do this to themselves? God. Dumbass. Just couldn't resist the noises that some alien vomit slime creature made, huh? Eyes burning in the sudden light. Damien looks over themselves countless times. There's nothing wrong with their limbs physically. Twisted, gnarled claws to replace their nails. The thorns bursting from their skin. The only difference Damien can see is their left hand. The abrasion has completely healed over. Ooh! How could you say no to a healing thing? If you told me that I would heal anything, even if it was a paper cut, if I had this alien inside me, would I say no? Of course not. There isn't even a scar where the cut should be. Everything looks fine. Not a single monstrous distortion of their body. A glint of regret prods their chest at this. Damien figures it's a good idea to push aside the implications of that for now. There's just one last thing. Peeling the tape from the edges of the trash bag, Damien steals their nerves. There's going to be nothing wrong with them. Their face will be unchanged. Fortunately, or unfortunately. Oh lordy. Mirrors are the worst thing in horror games. Just one little peek is all you need to reassure themselves. They're a grown-ass guy. And look at their reflection without getting to sport. Your hands uncover their mirror. Hey, it's a title screen. Yeah, they're fine. Their face looks the same as it always has. They don't like it, but it's there. Any luck? They think while letting go of the tarp last night was the feverish byproduct of an exhausted mind. Oh yeah, I remember you posted something a while ago, Trinket, about like having the idea of this being over like all the NPCs' faces or something like that. For better or worse, Damien is completely unchanged. You have changed in the way you cannot see. That's Damien's own voice. Oh, okay, gotcha. They whirl around to face the mirror again. Cash bag is no longer a protective shield against the uncomfortable image. So the curtain to yank away and reveal something much stranger. Their reflection lolls to the head to the dull smile curls its lips. Whoa! There you are, it says in Damien's own voice. Can't do much right now while you sleep, you know. Damien blinks. Blink again. One more time. Their eyes. Final blink just to be sure. Their response is simple. What the fuck? Who are you? Am I dreaming? What the fuck? Yeah, they're taking this about as well as anyone could expect. The reflection scoffs. Act as if I simply fell upon you without your knowledge. Let me in. Listened. You reached out. I simply reached back and closed the gap between us. Did that thing? Its lips move on its own, body shifting and adjusting out of free will. The reflection leans forward, doubles on the cracked ceramic. Oh, another thing you might like, not quite the same. In fact, it's pretty different, but Parasite the Grey is similar-ish. It's a spin-off, Korean drama spin-off of Parasite the anime slash manga, following a different main character, who also works shitty retail. I know what you're thinking, it says with a dull trill in the back of its throat. You hear the whispering thoughts in the forefront of your brain. Yes, I am the one who called you in the snowstorm. And you are the one who answered me. You're not real. What do you mean you hear my thoughts? Hang on. That didn't sound right. Takes a good second for Damien to word their next question. Feels like one slip of the tongue would be equivalent of a landmine. Damien's tone is wary as they ask, what do you mean you hear my thoughts? You know, you're a body now, you and me. There's no mockery in its voice. Amusement, yes, the reflection hasn't spoken in nothing manner. Our minds are connected now. My mind is yours, yours is mine. Initial gut reactions confirm that yes, hive minds and identity erosion is still a terrifying concept to Damien. Clicks its tongue, shaking its head at Damien's hesitation. Oh, don't be afraid. Form is unraveled. Faces. Can't do much of anything without your permission. For now, anyway. What does that mean? Without the embrace of a human, I cannot bloom to my full potential. So, you need me, is what you're saying. Yes, that's right. I need you, and you need me. 1,000 things Damien could say formed through their head. Eventually, they settle on one. What happened to you? What is blooming? That's a good question. Well, I'm curious about both, so I'll just say what happened to you for now. Well, what happened to you? Damien doesn't realize their shoulders are sagging in relief until they tack the cover to the side. Been talking a big game about how you're undone and how the other host couldn't fix you. But you never told me how it happened. Trinket, is this intentional, by the way, the thing changing? I have been without another for longer than you can comprehend. For a time, bits and pieces of me have evaporated or cut off from my core. Miracle I found a human who could become one with me. Ah, okay. Morse made the UI? Oh, that's cool. Good job, Morse. Okay, yeah, it only happened once. In case you're wondering when, that is when you say what happened to you. Symbiote. I mean, Parasite. That doesn't answer my question. Then what will? Stop talking circles and give me a straight answer. Where did you come from? Why didn't you have a host for so long? Why were you being torn apart? How did you get out? And did you have to latch onto me and not her? It laughs in Damien's voice. The noise has a strange hollowness deep inside. My, aren't you full of questions? I'll answer them all in due time, not in this moment. Frustration boils up in Damien's guts. The soap left on the burner. Soup. They point out a finger at the parasite. We are literally sharing a fucking body. You're in my head, my innards. God knows you're gonna be eating what I eat, so I think I'm entitled to some answers. Would you be happy if I started rooting around in your brain for your life story? Fuck. Good point there. It's still shit even Damien himself doesn't want to mentally unpack right this second. The drafty motel room. Maybe when they had the money to vent to a therapist. Pipe dream, of course, but the unreachable goal is better than being aimless. Yeah, therapists are so expensive, and you shouldn't make your friends your therapist. Besides, I was leaning forward to the reflection. You have no worries about any harm being brought to you through me. After all, any pain you feel will be shared by me. Sounds like the worst of the worst in your case. I bro up. Can't do shit without me, and if I get hurt, you get hurt. So I even bond, huh? Not like I'm the cream of the crop when it comes to humans, anyways. You guys have friends? Oh no, I'm sorry, Damien. I didn't mean it that way. Don't eat me. Because unfortunately for you, I cannot exist in my entirety without a human host. If I could bloom by myself, I would. That is not how I was created. Damien tilts their head and asks the burning question. If I'm in control of him? What if I died? What if I die? Bar is our question to ask. And Damien themselves realizes in the moment the words skip. Can't take it back though. He needs to go. What do you mean by that? And there's a mixture of amusement and befuddlement. I could kick the bucket any days these slums if I'm unlucky. I mean, not to be a bit of a downer, but I don't really live in the rich folks part of Kingsfield. To leave their car's doors unlocked here because it's easier to replace anything stolen than it is to fix a window. It really is the truth, not a scare tactic. Damien used to have a decent watch they bought in with the summer job fund. One of the few things they could take from their parents' house for their unceremonious departure. In the end, though, they decided losing a $40 watch was better than dying in the alleyway between the big stop shop and Jerry's doner kebabs. They chuckled at it at a knife. They chuckled at a knife-wielding mugger and shook their head to clear their thoughts. No use crying over spilled milk. But what happens if I die or get close to death? Just what? Leave? Find someone else? Oh, it's okay, Holly. Yeah, I'll let Trinket answer that. That's a question you don't need an answer to. Dude, that doesn't mean anything. You will understand once I've rebuilt myself. All you need to know is that you are safe in my hands. Sounds like cryptid sayings are all it knows how to speak with. Or it can be perfectly clear when it wants to. Maybe it just likes leaving Damien with more questions than answers. Okay. Well, sorry that your links don't show up. Here, let me post that for you. You probably posted that link. I'll tell you what the reflection says. Since you're so worried about your untimely death within these rotten grounds, I will extend myself to you. Just as you protect me with your bones and blood, I will protect you with my vines and petals. Damien wishes they knew how to respond. Thanks. I guess that makes this whole thing about us sharing a body is not as bad. I don't know. I've never been something like this. Through something like this before. Oh yeah, she does have a few completed games, like I was mentioning before, Fawning Over a Corpse. That's the first full game I really played by them, and by Sugar Coated Moth. Well, it's fantastic. And No Time for Mercy as well. Yeah. We said it at the same time, Jinx. Unwilling bound or not, it's still a living thing with an identity of its own. Calling it the reflection sounds weird too. Damien can kind of glean they only perceive it as their mirror image because that's easier for their brain to wrap around. Something like that anyway. Hey, Damien asked, do you have a name? I used to, over my aeons in oblivion, though it has eroded from me. Oh, look away. Do you want me to give you one? You don't have to say yes or make it your whole identity if you don't want it. Just be a nickname or something. Whatever makes you most comfortable. When the person nicest to you is an alien. How about Slice? With a Y, you know, to be cool. Wait, no, that's edgy. I'm supposed to be out of my edgy phase by junior high. It flows well, Slice said. I like it. Sure? Yes. Alright, Slice it is. Slice smiles wider than it has during their entire conversation. Then, I hope we get along well, you and I. I mean, can't help but feel like they cut a deal with a god in the gutter. I'm cringe, but I'm free. As if on cue, the landline phones in the main room plays its distressing tones. They jolt and whip their hand around to face the bathroom entrance. Shit. Probably call her Margaret. What do these fuckers want now? Demon looks back to give Slice a goodbye. All they see now is their own face. Fuck it. Sharing a body with an alien parasite can wait. Right now, they've got more pressing matters on their hands. Pick up their phone and do their best to sound like they haven't been up for half an hour already. Now speaking. Hey, Damien. Margaret. Dude, it's 5 in the morning. I work second and third shifts. I know. Bar morning housekeeper Isaac just called out. We don't have anyone else to fill his slot. Tell Isaac to go suffer and get his ass in here. Come on, Maggie, please. I'm exhausted. Look, at my schedule. I'm supposed to be on second with overtime. Damien's taking this Slice thing awfully well, if they do say so themselves, while rushing to the landline. They've gotten pretty decent at packing away trauma in their brain to sort through later. Reminds them of shoving their summer wardrobe into neat little boxes to get enough space for winter gear. Problem is, this kind of goes beyond trauma into life-threatening events that anyone would panic over. Not really something they can stuff into a mental closet to deal with on a better day. Hey, maybe they're imagining Slice up. At any point, they could wake up severely ill next to the motel's dumpster, covered in snow, 2 seconds away from death because they ate alien goo and liquefying their intestines in real time. That's also a possibility. Look, I mean, you know I never want to do this to you, but we really need someone to fill in. Clean up before, you know. You know what, I can talk with Dad, okay? We can probably get Samuel or someone to take care of the shift today. We just really need you on this. Oh, so Samuel can take another shift, but you need me for this one? I see what you're doing. Yeah, sure, Oh my god, thank you so much. I'll talk to Dad right now, alright? Alright. Margaret slams the phone down on her side. Someone kill me already. Whispers to Damien's mind again. Never harm you. Safe with me. Hey, I can't bloom without a host. Don't just can try someone else. Take a while to get used to having 2 voices in their head. If this were a horror movie, Damien thinks they'd be the first to die. Yeah, they would be a token minority who thinks this is a cute rom-com cottage in the forest getaway. They'd blissfully skip their way down the creaky stairs and into a cluttered basement without so much as a flashlight. Oh, oops. Goes off their head, chainsawed off by the slasher before Damien can even make it down the last step. They're not the final girl material. They're too stupid for that plot. Damien isn't even a girl. Ain't that just a cornflake? This ain't a nice spring break. There's no splinter-filled cabin in the heart of the woods. No serial killer that wasn't hugged enough as a kid, so now he skins people for fun. This isn't a horror movie. This is real life. Damien has to clock in at 7 a.m., turning off 3 hours of sleep, pretend they don't have a vomit ghoul alien wrapped around their ribs. Ain't that fantastic? Thank you for reading the first 2 chapters of Veins Like Tapeworms. Fortunately, this is just about where we have to call it quits for now. The game was made for the 3rd RPG Maker Horror Jam, after all. Don't worry though, the full game is on its way very soon. There's 6 more chapters in progress, wow! New illustrations and a bunch of new characters. Damien's strange ascent has only just begun. That is a fantastic... Please don't forget me, oh my gosh, that's cool. Oh, that's so good, Trinket. Man. Yeah, I wish I could keep playing that the whole day, but yeah, there you go. That's the demo for Veins Like Tapeworms. What I gotta say is you improved a lot, Trinket. There's the freaking the movements and stuff during the illustrations. Yeah. Take your time. Honestly, I know you work like pretty much every day. I see you opening RPG Maker all the time. It's just like, oh, Trinket's cooking something. It's exciting. Yeah. But again, that's awesome, Trinket. Be sure to, if you are interested in that, check her out. She has finding over a corpse, no time for mercy, desperation, reincarnation. You should check them all out right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take that out soon, and then I'll just pin yours, even though I'm not playing it. Yeah, wasn't it really cool? Oh, where the fuck did my stream avatars go? No, why'd you leave me? I didn't mean to close you. They vanished. Oh, goodbye. Yeah, it was a really nice trinket. It was also really nice having you here and talk about it. Just like the old times. I would have had you in call, but also I was just like, that's really last minute, and I didn't want to wait. Yeah, 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 yeah. One of these days, whenever sushi's free, we can play No Time for Mercy again.